Welcome to beautiful Tarifa. I'm here today to talk about my foil setup, which I use in the slalom foil discipline that I'm riding in the PWA. And behind me is the 91 slalom foil board we've just been releasing. It's an awesome board. I am lucky to be using it because it's just a completely new level of slalom foiling. And I'm sorry if you might have some wind noise in the video, but today is pretty nuclear here in Tarifa. There's a lot of wind, but I'll try to get through the stuff anyway. I hope you don't mind. So anyways, in the World Cup we can only use one foil board, so that's why I decided for the 91, because I have to have the width to be able to sail in really light winds. But I found out that even in stronger winds I like it to have this little bit more of a width in the board to give more pressure to the foil and have higher top speeds. There is an 81 and a 71 slalom foil board as well in the range, but I'm not using it, just as I said, because I have to decide for one board to race in the World Cup, and then that's why I do all my training on this board. Yeah, as I said, the board's amazing, has amazing control. Once you reach higher speeds, it just wants to go. It's not moving, it's rock solid, and it's just going super fast. For the foils, we're allowed to have 2 fuselages, 2 front wings and 2 back wings. And I've decided to go for the light wind setup, which we're gonna use, I'm gonna show you first. It's right here in front of me. I'm using actually the Olympic fuselage is a 115 plus. The front wing is a bit further forward than normal. That gives it more power for light winds. And yeah, I'm using the 725 front wing, you can see here, and a 255 -2 in the back. Most of the time I'm use the spacer of -0.5 or even -1. I've been using it with -1, but that gives the board, the foil, a very neutral setup, and sometimes it's hard to ride. So I like to have a little bit more power, maybe 0, -0.5, something like that. This one I use from the beginning. So as soon as we start racing, which can be as little as, well, 6-7 knots, we start racing, I would say, in the World Cup. I will use this setup and then go up until, I would say, 12 to 14 knots, something 14-15 knots. I will use exclusively this setup. Maybe when it's a little bit windier, I release the back wing angle, as I already mentioned. And then I will go on to my second foil, which is this beauty here. It has the 115 fuselage, the black one, which has no adjusting spacer in the back. But I found this to be just amazingly fast and gives me super nice stability. Also because I'm used to this fuselage. I've been riding this fuselage for a long time already, so when it gets windy and hectic on the foil, I fall back on this fuselage. It has the front wing a little bit closer to the mast, which gives extra stability, and that's what it's all about in the high wind slalom. I'm using the 650 wing in the front. This is my high wind wing, and for me it is for now my fastest wing. It's where I did my personal best record of just over 33 knots, and I just love that wing. It gives me a lot of acceleration, a lot of top speed, and it jibes super easy. So it has enough power to keep me flying in the jibe, but then once you get really into the reach and you really have to go for top speed, it has all the top speed you need and it has all the control you need. So the size I really like in the 650, and yeah, it's my favorite wing, I have to say. As well, on this fuselage I use the 255 -2 back wing, just as it is. So -2, 255, it's perfect for me. This is my setup. And yeah, so from 14-15 knots onward till, let's say, open end, we both, or all of us, we don't know what's the maximum where the fin ultimately is faster than the foil. Right now, for sure, the fin is faster than the foil because it's like 45 knots out there at least. But yeah, so I would say open end, but for sure like 18-20 knots I would try to go with the foil, but it also heavily depends on water conditions. So yeah, that's about the rundown for my foils. I'm using, there is a smaller front wing, is a 550 250 front wing, which I use mainly when I go for speed runs and when I really want to push the boundaries in the high wind foiling. And there's smaller back wings, which is a 255 in a thinner profile and a 200, which are also for super high wind and different setups. But when it comes to World Cup and my setups there, because of the restrictions we have on 2 fuselages, 2 front wings, etc., this is my setup, and I hope I could help you guys a little bit with your decisions and what you want to be riding on. And I guess I'm gonna hit the water, not with a foil, but with a fin this time.